Let's explore the difference between option money and earnest money. In real estate transactions, two important financial components that we need, the earnest money and your option money. Now, they have different purposes in the buying process. Comprehending the roles, typical amounts, the handling procedures, and implications is essential for both buyers and sellers. Now, your earnest money, you're showing your buyer's commitment. Yes. Earnest money is a deposit made by the buyer to showcase a serious intent to purchase a property. This deposit provides the seller with assurance of the buyer's commitment to the transaction. Now, the earnest money amount varies. Typically, it ranges from 1 to 3% of the property's purchase price. In the competitive markets, this percentage may be higher. The buyer submits this deposit when presenting the offer and is usually applied towards the purchase of the price at closing. A neutral third party, such as the title company, holds the earnest money in an escrow account. If the transaction proceeds to the closing, the earnest money is credited towards the buyer's down payment or closing costs. However, if the deal falls through due to the contingencies specified in the contract, such as financing issues or unsatisfactory inspections, the earnest money is typically refunded to the buyer. Now, if the buyer breaches the contract without a valid contingency, the seller may retain their earnest money as a compensation for the lost sale. Your option money is securing the right to terminate the contract. Option money is a non-refundable fee paid by the buyer to the seller in exchange for the unrestricted right to terminate the contract with a specified period. Now, this is known as the option period. This period allows the buyer to conduct their due diligence, including property inspections and assessments, without the obligation to proceed with the purchase of the home. The option money amount is generally much smaller than the earnest money, often ranging from a few hundred to a few $1,000s. This is depending on the property's price and market condition. This fee is paid directly to the seller at the time the contract is executed. Now, handling and refunding conditions. Unlike the earnest money, option money is non-refundable. If the buyer decides to proceed with the purchase, the option money is not applied towards the purchase price. Now, if the buyer terminates the contract within the option period, they forfeit the option money but are not obligated to proceed with the purchase. The key differences between the earnest money and option money. The earnest money serves as a deposit showing the buyer's commitment to finalizing the transaction. Now, the option money provides the buyer with the right to terminate the contract within the option period without further obligations. The earnest money is refundable if the transaction fails due to the contingencies. The option money is not refundable, regardless of the transaction's outcome. Now, some strategic considerations for buyers and sellers. Now, for the buyers, balancing the earnest money, offer sufficient earnest money to show how serious you are without exposing yourself to undue risk. Now, utilizing the option period. Use this option period wisely to conduct your due diligence. Be prepared to forfeit the option money if you choose to withdraw from the deal. For the sellers, evaluating the earnest money. Consider the earnest money amount as an indicator to the buyer's commitment. Higher earnest money can provide more security. Setting option periods. Balance the length of the option period to allow sufficient time for the buyer's due diligence while minimizing the time the property is off the market. Now that we understand the difference between the earnest money and option money, it's essential both for buyers and sellers in real estate transactions. Earnest money signals a buyer's commitment, providing a financial safety net through contingencies, while the option money affords buyers the flexibility to perform their due diligence without binding them to the purchase of the home. Now, did you know that certain mortgage mistakes can derail the purchase of your home, of your dream home? Unfortunately, many home buyers are unaware of these pitfalls. In this video, I'll walk you through 7 critical mortgage mistakes that could block your home purchase. Now, let's click to watch now. Bye.
Lovely starshine lights my way to bed. Magic rainbows glisten in my head. Just like a child, I live in Wonderland. All my dreams are coming true.